All right, welcome back to the channel. Y'all see the title of the video. I'm gonna share my thoughts and opinions on this 2026 WNBA GM survey that was just released today. We already know the WNBA and even the NBA, they do this every year. It's annual now. All the GMs across the league, they come together and vote and to see who's the best of the best players in the league. Who's the cream of the crop teams in the league? Who's the cream of the crop top tier players in the association? It's super interesting to see where these GMs heads are at and who they see as truly valuable players. It's super dope. I love these. And when you look at this 2026 GM survey for the WNBA, whoo man, I got some opinions on this. So let's get to the first one. Which team will win the 2026 WNBA Finals? 40% of the GMs voted, in their opinion, that they believe the Las Vegas Aces will win the championship again. They will repeat. They will win 4 championships in 5 years. Uh, that would be incredible, and that's not a bad take, honestly. Well, they're coming off a championship run. They have the core of Jackie Young, freaking Asia Wilson, Chelsea Gray. That was always their core. That was always the big three. Honestly, I love Kelsey Plum. She's a great player. She's really a great, phenomenal player. But when you just looked at that team when she was at the time in Las Vegas, bro, you can just tell, like, yeah, you can say they're a big four, but man, it really was those three that was the true core. I always could see Kelsey Plum leaving that team, and of course, eventually she did, and went to the Sparks, and now this is her second season, um, with the Los Angeles Sparks. But yeah, they kept the same core. A healthy Chelsea Gray is dangerous. Her shot making ability is incredible. Uh, the way she creates her own shot, her passing ability. Yeah, man, she's a phenomenal player. And Jackie Young, it's like she gets better every single year. Literally every single year that she's been in the WNBA, she gets better and better. So, she's arguably the best two guard in the WNBA. To me, it's Jackie Young or Kelsey Mitchell. You know, you can put those, two names in the bag, shake it up, see which one comes out on top. But I feel like you can't go wrong with either or. I feel like the gap is really that close. Jackie Young's just a better defender, of course, without a doubt. But Kelsey Mitchell, she's just a scoring machine. The best, arguably the best cutter in the WNBA. When you watch the games live, I always tell people this: watch full games so you can see the detail of everything. Just don't look at stats and box scores. Yeah, her off-ball movement, she's a great shot creator as well. I think she's the best three-level scorer in the WNBA. Honestly, when it comes to getting to the rim, and shooting the mid range, shooting the three ball, playing off the ball, creating her own shot. Kelsey Mitchell can do it all. But yeah, back to the Las Vegas Aces. This is not a bad take. They did kind of upgrade their team by getting Kennedy Carter. That's damn near cheating. You feel me? You have a just a true bucket getter like her. You know what I'm saying? Last time she was in the WNBA was the 2024 season. We all know, of course, with the Sky, where she was averaging like 16 points a game on like 49% shooting. You feel me? Kenny Carter, she's not someone who shoots the three ball that much. That's not her game. She's like a penetrating, slashing guard. She knows how to get to the rim. She scores efficiently at the rim. She can shoot the midi. She doesn't over dribble when you watch her play. She just gets to her spot, rises up and shoot, or she would just blow by a defender who just really can't check her, and she would just get all the way to the rim. And she's tough at absorbing contact, doing acrobatic, double clutch, little layups and all that stuff, mid-air changes. She's cold. So Las Vegas Aces is adding that to the fact that they already got the best player in the WNBA, Asia Wilson. Come on now. This is not a bad take at all. Honestly, it just depends on the health of the team. And last year, the Aces, it's so weird. Their season last year was so weird. If you remember, the Aces did not start out well at all. And there was that one game when they lost to the Minnesota Lynx by like, what, 30 plus points? They got smoked, bro. It was embarrassing. And then after that, they turned their season around. They became a much better team, bro. And that's that championship DNA. That's that championship DNA. If y'all know NBA history, shout out to Rudy Tomjanovich. He played in the Houston Rockets back in the 1970s, and he was the Houston Rockets coach in the 90s when they won those 2 championships with Hakeem Olajuwon as their best player. He once said, never underestimate the heart of a champion. You feel me? That season, the Houston Rockets, they were a 6 seed, and they still won the championship. And they won the championship the year before in 1994, when they beat the Knicks in 7 games. You feel me? So that just goes to show you, like, that is a true statement. Never underestimate the heart of a champion. They got the best player in the league. So I'm not mad at that take at all, bro. Las Vegas is a really good team. It just depends on the health of, again, Chelsea Gray can be healthy. We can see how well Kenny Carter fits into that team system. Asia is going to be Asia. Best player in the WNBA. Arguably 1A or 1B. But I think she's the best player. And Jackie Young, arguably the best 2 guard in the league. You feel me? Elite 2-way player. She hustles. She has the intangibles. You feel me? It's just the intangibles that Jackie Young has. So that's why I wouldn't be mad if you said that you got Jackie Young over Kelsey Mitchell. You feel me? I give that to Kelsey by a small margin, but I wouldn't argue with you if you say Jackie. Right? But yeah, the core is good. Alyssa Smith, her style of play just fits well with Asia. And with them winning the championship, coming and her just playing there again for the second season now, they're gonna have that chemistry. They still got Dana Evans. I know she's injured. I don't know how bad the injury is, but hey, that's another quick, good guard off the bench, man. That's like one of the best bench players you can have, man. She can shoot the ball really well. Nice little runner shot that she got. Yeah, Las Vegas is gonna be a problem. So, hey, I'm not mad at that. Second was New York Liberty, as we can see. 33% of GMs believe that the New York Liberty have a chance to win the championship. Not mad at that. But Nigel Hamilton, she's back. Again, health is gonna be the biggest reason why. Be the biggest reason for these teams to be successful. The health of these major core players on these different teams. So, but Nigel Hamilton, she's back. She didn't play last year, and people don't really know how good this girl is, man. She's one of the best perimeter defenders. She can shoot the ball well, and again, she's a player who has the intangibles. She's just high IQ, makes the right pass. She's a good screener, tough screener. She's really strong. She's stronger than she looks, man. You feel me? She's just tough, and her coming back to the team, and them acquiring Satu Sabali, who I feel like is a really great player when she's on one. Like when her shots are falling, Satu Sabali just looks amazing, bro. You feel me? We all know she made the first team. I believe it was back 2023? Yeah, when she made the all first WNBA team. She had a phenomenal year when she's healthy. She had a phenomenal year. She's a great player. I love that left hand jump shot of hers. At times, I feel like she shoots too much. Honestly, I would like to see Satu Sabali play in the post a little bit. You feel me? Like, you're 6'4", bro. Hey, this is not Kristen. She's actually one of my favorite players. I love Satu Sabali. But once she gets into the post, if she acquires like a smooth, back to basket game, oh man, she'll be even better. Her efficiency will be much higher if she adds that, into her game. Because sometimes I feel like she just settles for threes too much, especially last season with the Mercury. She was just taking a lot of threes. And I know that was the style of play that, Nate Tibbetts likes. The three, he's bringing that NBA style of play to the W. Shoot a lot of threes and just go for layups. But hey, you got that in-between game. Get the mid-range, man. You feel me? You got to be able to score from different areas of the court, or else you're going to be too predictable. You're just going to be stagnant. All a player has to do is just, take away one area of scoring from you. That's why it's good to diversify your bag and just be able to score from all over the court and have different moves. So, and as skilled as she is as a big, her ball handling ability, she's quick. There's not that many bigs that Satu Sabi's size, and I feel like it has a good ball handling ability like her. But she don't really have to use it all the time. Maybe when she's getting guarded against like slower bigs, that are on her, she can take them off the dribble. But hey, when there's a smaller player on you, Satu, man, back them down, put your back to the basket, post them up, and we'll get an easy bucket. But yeah, it depends on the health of Satu Sabali, but not Jalemi Hamilton, the X factor is there. Hey, we all know Stewie's gonna do her thing. I think Stewie's top 3 in the WNBA. People forget about her. Sometimes people really forget about her. She's like truly underrated. I feel like the media don't really talk about her that much. But man, Breonna Stewart is cold, dude. Man, now that's someone who got we talk about like bigs who got handles and got like guard like skills. She probably does it the best more than anybody. Honestly, she got a handle. She can shoot the 3-ball. She can shoot the mid range. She gets to the rim. And the way if her game is aesthetically pleasing, it's so damn smooth. It's so damn smooth. And yeah, that her and Sabrina, they've been playing with each other for a while now, so that chemistry is there. Sabrina's gonna do her thing. She's one of the better guards in our league. And when you watch Sabrina play, it's just like, depending on her shot selection, that's gonna be a factor. Because sometimes Sabrina does take some wild ass shots. We all know she can shoot threes. They say, oh, she plays like Curry a little bit. She can shoot from long range, but sometimes, bro, her shot selection can be kind of bad at times. But nevertheless, she's still one of the best guards. A true, and I like her. Her playmaking ability is really underrated. Sabrina's a really good passer. I feel like she's a true combo guard. I wouldn't say she's a point, like a pure point guard, but she can play the 2 or the 1. It's really interchangeable for her. But she's one of the best players in the league. Making all WNBA teams. She's gonna do her thing. But they lost, Kennedy Burke, which I feel like was a great bench piece for them. I see they got Rebecca Gardner there still. She's a really good role player. Marina Johannes is a really good player. Her efficiency was off the charts, especially with the shots that she takes. Like if you watch Marina Johannes, she takes some like crazy shots. She probably take more crazy shots than Sabrina Ionescu, honestly. But she be making them joints. We all see that. We all know that infamous, like one-legged runner floater 3-point shot that she does, which is like, what the fuck, bro? Like she be hitting that shit off balance. It's crazy, man. She's a really good shot maker, tough shot maker. So hey, you got Marina Johannes there still on the team. She's gonna do her thing. I love her game too. But yeah, I'm not mad at that. I agree with this so far. And then as you can see, third is the Atlanta Dream, who GMs have who they believe have a chance of winning the championship this season. Not mad at that. They had I think one of the best records in the Eastern Conference. If not one, like definitely top 2 last season. They played really good, but they just ran into the Indiana Fever. They ran into the Indiana Fever, who played like just the chemistry of the Fever was just incredible, man. Like you could honestly probably say like talent wise, the Dream was a better team, honestly. And we were going for like top to bottom roster. You could probably say the Atlanta Dream were better, but nah, forget that. That's what I'm saying. All these names look good on paper and shit. But it depends. How do these teams play? How's the chemistry like? And dude, when it comes to chemistry, Indiana Fever chemistry was through the charts last year. The grit that they played with, they just play harder than teams. And they just outlasted the Dream. Especially down the stretch in that last game. The Dream were making careless turnovers. We all know literally the last play of the game where It was like an inbound play, and then Lexi Hall stole the ball. It was like a really like bad pass. It was like, why would you even make that pass? Like, what the hell? It felt like she just wanted to pass to Lexi Hall damn near. I forgot who made the inbound play, but it was crazy. But yeah, they're still, nevertheless, they had a great season. Their style of play is kind of similar to the Mercury as a team. You know, they shoot a lot of threes. That's what the coach likes, Carl Semesco. He wants their players to shoot the three. And, you know, when you have some of the best guards in the league, like Alicia Gray and Ryan Howard, and you have a tough defensive point guard like Jordan Canada, who made multiple, you know, all defensive teams, led the league in steals for a couple of years. You know, she's just a tough, gritty, small defensive guard, man. I like Jordan Canada. She's tough. It's like some games she would go off and, you know, have like a hot night scoring, and there's just other days where she's just like focused on playing like good lockdown perimeter defense. She's like a really good player to have on your team, and it depends on her, the health of her as well. You know, she hasn't been healthy the last couple of seasons, so it depends if she's not, you know, she's able to play, she's not injured, she's good, 100% ready to go. That's going to be the true X factor for their team, honestly. And we can't ignore the elephant in the damn room. I did a video on the Atlanta Dream. That was like literally the last video I posted. So check that out if you haven't. But yeah, they picked up Angel Reese, the best rebounder in the WNBA. But forget the damn fucking rebounds. All right, we already know she's the best rebounder in the league. It's her versatile game that's going to benefit the Atlanta Dream. She's one of the best passing forwards in the WNBA, arguably the best one, in my opinion. It's either her or Leah Boston, you know, in terms of like players who make really good reads. But her handle is much better than Leah Boston. There's a stat, if you look it up, damn, I don't have this shit in front of me, but there's a stat, if you look it up, Reese, most of her buckets that she made were just off isolation. You feel me? Angel Reese was creating her own shots. She was able to put the ball on the hardwood floor, dribble, and, you know, drive to the basket, you know, create her own bucket. A good amount of those were also putbacks as well. You know, she's a putback pro. You feel me? She's a ball snatching, glass cleaning dime dropper. That's how I describe Angel. So forget we all know about her rebounding, of course. I feel like for most of her time while she's playing in the WNBA before she retires, she's gonna lead the league in rebounds for most of her time playing in the league. Well, watch, you will see. And come back to this video years from now, and you will see I'm correct. She's gonna lead the league in rebounds for most of the season that she plays, because just her tenacity, man, just being able to read how well the ball comes off the rim, being able to block out. She has a strong low center gravity. If you see how she blocks out other players, it's like, damn, man, like they had no chance of getting that rebound. And she has long arms. She's every bit of 6'4". I'm glad that she said that. Somebody said apparently now, like, she confirmed it officially that she's 6'4". I'm not sure if it was on TikTok or Twitter or somewhere, but apparently Angel said, yeah, I'm 6'4", apparently. And we all know, like, if you go on WNBA.com, ESPN, or all these other websites, it says she's listed at 6'3". And bruh, she is not fucking 6'3". Shawty's every bit of 6'4 and a half, 6'4 3/4, probably, man. You feel me? She has really long arms too. So, hey, she's gonna lead the league in the rebounding stat category for a while. But yeah, I feel like her points per game will go down, like I said about her in my last video that I did about the Atlanta Dream, because she's playing with really good scorers on the team. You got Alicia Gray, you feel me, who's giving you like damn near like 17, 18 points per game. Then you got Ryan Howard, who's doing the same thing. You have two really good scoring wing players, some of the best scoring wing players in the WNBA. So Angel doesn't really have to average 13 points again, like how she did for her first two seasons. I could see her going down to like probably 11, 10 points a game, but that rebounding number is still going to be about around 13 to 14, and half of those are going to be offensive boards. And I believe her assists per game can go up to like 4.5 to like 5. Honestly, y'all gonna see, man. I'm glad that she left the Chicago Sky, man. She's playing with better talent. She's playing with much better guard play, backcourt play, better wings, and she has she's playing with an even better front court with Naz Hillman and Brianna Jones. Naz Hillman, who changed her game completely. She's not just a post scorer. She could shoot the three ball now. She's now a stretch forward. And Brianna Jones showed her capability of being able to shoot threes as well. She didn't, attempt the volume of threes as much as Naz Hillman did, but if you watch the Atlanta Dream in the beginning of the season, Brianna Jones was attempting some 3-pointers. So she showed that, versatility in her game as well. But her bread and butter, of course, is scoring in the post. She's a true big. Her spot is really the block, the low post. But yeah, you got Tina Pow there. One of the best bench players. She's like a microwave scorer for them. I can see her just coming off the bench, giving them like really good, sparking minutes, just coming out hitting threes. And she's an efficient 3-point shooter. That's really her game. I really look at her like as a 3-point specialist. Most of her shots are 3-point attempts. And she had a good handle as well. She kind of has that combo guard game, when you watch her play. So shout out to Tina Papa. You feel me? They have a good roster. Atlanta Dream has a really good roster. So yeah, that is the top 3 teams who the GMs believe have a good chance to win the championship. I feel like the true contenders for the title this year is the Las Vegas Aces, the New York Liberty, Atlanta Dream, and the Indiana Fever are up there as well. And I'm still not counting out the Minnesota Lynx. I just think, man, Fee's that good. And it depends on when she even comes back. Like, if she comes back later in the season, it's over. It's cooked. It's done for. But, man, Feliz Collier is that good. She's a top 3 player in our league, man. She's a top 3, top 4 player in our league, bro. As you can see, last year, in the 2025 GM survey, Minnesota Lynx were number 1. Most GMs thought they were going to win. Look at that. And they had a 60% percentage vote across all GMs in the league. So that's just crazy, man. But yeah, they lost a lot of players too. They had Dejanay Carrington on the team in the second half of the season. She barely even played there. Did she? Did Dejanay even play like 10 games with that team, bro? She was barely even on there. She got injured later on in the season, and now of course she's on the Chicago Sky. I did a video on them as well. That was the second to last video I did post on my channel. You feel me? So check it out if you haven't. But yeah, we all know Letitia Hyman is no longer there. She's on the Storm, but they still have their core. They still got Fee, but we don't know when she's coming back. Courtney Williams is there, and Kayla McBride, who's one of the other better shooting guards in our league. She's a sharp shooter, man. She's a sniper, bro. That's how I describe her game. She's just a sniper. When she's hot, oh man, it's incredible. But yeah, they still have that core there. I'll never count out the Lynx coach. She's been in the league for years, so we will see. We will see, man. We will see. So I still think that's like the teams to look out for, bro. That truly have a chance. You feel me? But when it comes to the Fever, my team, shout out to Indiana Fever Nation. Dog, Caitlin Clark is healthy this season. CC22 is healthy this year. And you got Kelsey Mitchell there. Best backcourt in the WNBA. There's no argument there. Please tell me. Please tell me. There's no argument there. The only argument you can make, you could probably say, the Aces, with Chelsea Gray and Jackie Young. I'll give you that. But those are the top 2 backcourts in the league. I don't want to hear anybody else say some bullshit. But yeah, you got that, and you got Aaliyah Boston on the roster as well. One of the best centers / forwards in the league. You feel me? And she's a power forward / center. But yeah, we got Sophie on the team. Lexi Hall. 2 gritty, tough players, man. Players that would die for the 50-50 balls. Players that would give their all to the game, man. And they can shoot the 3 as well. Lexi Hall and Sophie Cunningham are really, really good 3-point shooters. Yeah. I feel like what we will struggle in is really our depth. I don't know how well the Indiana Fever depth is, man. I do like Raven Johnson, the rookie. Really good defensive guard. You watched her in preseason, man. She was one game, she had 5 steals. And I know it's preseason, so I take that with a grain of salt. Teams aren't really trying hard. Teams aren't even game planning for real. It's really just a little quick scrimmage, just to players to warm up, get the flow of things before the season actually starts, which is on May 8th, this Friday. So, yeah, it just depends really on the Indiana Fever's depth. Depth is gonna be a determining factor of how successful the Fever will be this year. I'm gonna try to do a separate video on them separately. Later on, I'm gonna do a video on them separately, right? But yeah, let's get to the other things, man, that the GMs voted on. I've been talking for a minute. I'm glad y'all still here. This is gonna be a long video. I said it's gonna be a short video, but it's gonna be a long video. All right. So yeah, players. Let's get to the players. So GMs all voted, and number one came to be A'ja Wilson. 60% of the GMs believe she will win MVP again this year, and I'm not mad at that. I honestly think it's gonna be Caitlin Clark. I feel like the Fever will have a top 3 seed in the league overall in the WNBA, and yeah, just coming off last season. I mean, it counts, of course. She played 13 games, but it's like, damn, does that shit really count? But her just coming back from that wild quad injury, and I feel like her definitely leading the way to Indiana Fever having a top 3 seed in the league. And just her fucking when she's just on the court, bro, like they're just amazing. I believe there was a stat that showed that they had like the best offensive rating of all time when Caitlin Clark was playing. So just her just being on the court and generating so much offense for that team, I feel like she will win the MVP. Honestly, so it will depend on the record, how many wins these teams got, and of course, what the seeding is. But I'm not mad at that take. Again, I think A'ja's the best. To me, it's her or Cece, who I believe is the best players in the league. So I'm not mad at her. I'm not mad at this take. Second place is Breanna Stewart. 27% of the GMs voted and believe Breanna Stewart will win the MVP this season. Not mad at that. Like I said, always said, I think Breanna Stewart is so underappreciated, man. Her game is incredible, man. One of the best scorers. And she does it efficiently as well on all 3 levels in our league. So, yeah. And especially on the volume shots that she takes, it's incredible. And how old she is now, like, bro, she's still playing at elite level, bro. So, yeah, not mad at that at all. Not mad at that at all. So, and then, as you can see in this survey, it says also receiving votes were Caitlin Clark and Alicia Gray. I believe Alicia Gray finished 4th place last year in MVP voting. And, yeah, I'm not mad at that. Like, again, Alicia Gray is one of the better guards in our league. So, I'm glad Angel Reese is playing with help. You feel me? So I'm not mad at that. Last year, as you can see, Nafisa Collier, damn, 67% of GMs believe that she was going to win MVP. That's kind of too much. But hey, F it. All right, the other question. If you were starting a franchise today and could sign any player in the WNBA, who would it be? This one was the most shocking one out of all I saw. Number 1 was Paige Beckers. She came out number 1. 33% of the GMs voted for Paige. Yeah, she had a really good rookie year. But when you watch her game, it's like, I don't see like how Paige. I don't see how she can be number 1 over Cece. Or even, I don't see how she could be number 1 over Caitlin Clark or A'ja Wilson. Honestly. You feel me? I feel like those, like, again, I always say that's 1A, 1B. And the GMs see it as well, as you can see. A'ja Wilson and Caitlin Clark were tied for 2nd place. 20% of the GMs voted for Caitlin and A'ja. So, it's like, when you look at who would you want to start a franchise with, look at the players and look at the offense that they generate for their team. Like, if you look at A'ja Wilson, right? Her stats. She had the highest usage rate last year. And it produced well for the Las Vegas Aces. You feel me? She's the best player in the league. That mid-range jumper is money. You feel me? She had an incredible touch from mid-range within 10 to 15 feet from the basket. Really good shooter from mid-range. She She had the most touches, and she does it. She scores the ball efficiently. She was the team's defensive anchor as well. So she's doing it on both ends of the court. She's the team's defensive anchor, and the team's best player, best bucket getter on the offensive end of the ball. When the Aces really had like when nothing was really working, because Asia, if you look at it right, she really plays a team-oriented style of play. If Asia Wilson really wanted to average like 28 to 30 points, which will be like a lot in the WNBA. In the WNBA, if a player averages like 20 points, that's a fucking lot of points. So anybody who scores like anywhere from like 17 to like 20, 21 points, that's a lot of fucking points. There's 10-minute quarters. It's not the NBA. It's a much different, pace in the NBA. They don't have that much. They don't have that much possessions compared to the NBA. I think the WNBA average like anywhere from like 80 something to like 90 something possessions per game, and the NBA is like 100 possessions per game. So it's a slower pace. So, but I do feel like Asia Wilson is that dominant enough for her to like score a bunch of points. We haven't really seen that side of Asia Wilson, right? But yeah, she gets the most touches. She generates the great offense for them and great defense for them. She's really the team's defensive anchor, man. That's why she won Defensive Player of the Year. I don't know how that co-Defensive Player of the Year shit happened with Alana Smith winning it as well. I don't know how, but I guess I like Alana Smith though. I really like her. I wish the Indiana Fever got her. That's a subject for another video. But yeah, man. I don't see how, I guess it might be for them trying to promote Paige to be like, hey, she's the next up and coming player in our league. Shout out to, pay attention to Paige. She's a great player. I like her. But you would start a franchise with Paige Beckers over Caitlin Clark and Asia Wilson? I don't know. I don't know about that. Great player though. Shout out to Paige. I think Dallas is going to be a much better team this year. And hey, they smoked the Indiana Fever in our preseason game. They smoked the hell out of us. And again, I'll take it with a grain of salt because who the fuck cares about preseason? Teams are not, pre-planning. They're not pre-gaming. They're not scouting for real. You feel me? They're not really game planning at all. It's just preseason. It's a scrimmage game. It's just teams are just getting the flow of things again. So it's not really taken that serious, right? But when they play each other again for the first time, for the first official game of the 2026 season on May 9th. So let's fucking see. You feel me? Let's fucking see who's the best of the best, all right? When the games actually count this time. Now, I'm glad they did it like that. I know it looks like the WNBA is trying to promote a little Paige versus the Caitlin Clark rivalry bullshit now. They tried to do it last year by booking a bunch of games with the Fever and Chicago Sky last year to do that Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark rivalry thing to get more views, but that shit kind of failed. The Fever are just a much better team. But it looks like now they're trying to do that, Paige versus Caitlin. They're trying to build that rivalry, which is good for the league. I like it though, because rivalries is what makes the league entertaining. Look at the NBA. Bill Russell versus Will Chamberlain, right? Celtics versus Lakers. Celtics versus 76ers. You know what I'm saying? Magic versus Michael Jordan versus Larry Bird. They try to build these little rivalries. Bulls versus Pistons. Rivalries is what creates attention. It's what drives interest. It's what's needed in the league, so I'm not mad at it. But I see what they're doing, because think about it. They had a preseason game, and then now the first official game is going to be the Indiana Fever versus the Dallas Wings. Come on. Shout out to Kathy Engelberg, man. I actually like her. I think she's a really good GM. Commissioner. Shout out to Kathy Engelberg. But yeah, who else was on this list? Yeah, Dominique Malonga came out. She came out third place. She came in third place. 13% of the GMs will start a franchise with her. Honestly, this is going to be a hot take. I like Malonga, but she hasn't really shown me anything for people to, talk about her like she's going to be this next level incredible player. You feel me? She's a really good player for sure. I'm not trying to discredit her at all. She's a really good player. And she played much better in the second half of the season, but She hasn't really shown me anything. People try to compare it to Wemby. People love doing this comparison shit, dude. Niggas try to compare her to Wemby and shit. Oh, she the female Wemby. I guess because she's from France as well. I'm like, bruh. And she's super tall and she can dunk. She be doing them rim grades and dunks. But it's like, nah, man. She gotta show me much more, bro. She gotta show me more this season, man. Maybe she can shut me up, prove me wrong. And we'll see, bro. Other players who receive votes: Breonna Stewart and Nafisa Collier. I'm glad Breonna Stewart getting votes, man. I'm telling you, people sleep on her. She's criminally underrated. And look at that. Last year, Caitlin Clark got 50% of the votes. So the GMs know, man. The GMs know. I get what changed because she barely played last year due to her injury. Come on now. Y'all know it's Caitlin, bro. All right. The other question was, which player forces opponents to make the most adjustments? Number one by far was A'ja Wilson. She came in number one with 60% of the votes. Incredible. Number two, Alyssa Thomas. Hey, probably one of the best all-around offensive engines in the league. She came in 13th place. Yeah, we all know Alyssa Thomas, triple-double threat. She's a forward. She's a forward with guard skills. You know, she has that point forward style of play. Tough finisher around the basket. Super unorthodox jumper. She really just shoots with like one hand. It's like a one-handed push shot. We all know her shot diet. She scores within the paint. She don't shoot threes. She scores in the paint. You know, within the elbows, from elbow to elbow, the high post, and everything within the paint. Once she gets in that lane, that's her scoring diet. That's where Alyssa Thomas wants to score. Yeah, great player, really good passer. Alyssa Thomas is a good player. I like her, but sometimes when you look at it, she chokes. She chokes a lot, man, under pressure. I thought that Phoenix versus Aces finals was gonna be much more competitive, man. But Aces just mollywhopped them. And we all know A'ja hit that game winner, but it was just like the other games. It's like, come on, man. Like they didn't even make it competitive. She had like a lot of turnovers, and man, it was bad, bro. But I'm not mad at that. So that doesn't make sense because Alyssa Thomas really like the Phoenix's offensive engine. So not mad at that. As you can see, other players who received votes: Caitlin Clark, Nafisa Collier, Kelsey Mitchell, and Breonna Stewart. Last year it was A'ja Wilson who received the most votes again, but last year it was 33%. So it was really tight. It was a close one last year. I remember. But yeah, look at that, man. Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell also received votes, man. The two backcourt players on the same damn team. Y'all remember that stretch in the 2024 season after the All-Star weekend? You know, when they, post-Olympic break, when the Indiana Fever just finally figured out. Of course, we all know they finished 500. They won 20 games, lost 20 games. They finished 500 exactly. That stretch of basketball that they played after the All-Star weekend, after the All-Star break, the Indiana Fever was playing beautiful ball. The backcourt play of Kelsey Mitchell and Caitlin Clark was incredible. They both were averaging 24, 25 points a game, bruh. That shit was insane. And Kelsey Mitchell was shooting that shit like at a 54% percentage from the field. Caitlin Clark was averaging 8, 9, 10 assists a night. Oh, bro, the backcourt play was phenomenal. Go back and watch those games. Go back and look it up. The post-Olympic All-Star break, man, when the Fever finally figured it out in the 2024 season. The chemistry was there. People were finally catching Caitlin Clark passes. Them full court outlet dimes that she's known for doing. Bob Cousy style. You feel me? Yeah, that's real basketball knowledge. Man, it was beautiful ball. It was beautiful ball to see. And again, Caitlin's healthy this year, man. It's gonna be scary hours for y'all. It's gonna be scary for y'all niggas, man. It's gonna be Fever. Hey, Fever Nation, they about to do some dangerous work this year. So let me finish this up, y'all. We're gonna speed through this. Which players is most likely to have a breakout season? Dominic Malonga again? What the? She gotta show me something this year. She has to show me something, bro. Cause it was pretty okay her rookie year, but man, I gotta see something better. I need to see something better, dude. You feel me? But again, she could probably prove me wrong, but I was not impressed. So Dominique Malonga and Rickea Jackson actually were tied for the first place. Rickea Jackson also received 50% of the votes for a player who's most likely going to have a breakout year. And I agree. Again, the second to last video I posted was on the Chicago Sky. I stated I feel like Rickea Jackson is going to be the team's leading scorer. And, she's going to lead their team in points per game. I feel like her going to the Sky is going to be a good fresh start for her. Obviously, the Spark, they wanted to trade her. And I feel like it was because of her defense, honestly. They wanted to pick up Eric Atkins because she's a better defender than Rickea. And if you look it up, last season, Rickea wasn't getting that much minutes for some games. I watched some Sparks games, and I'm like, yo, Rickea's on the bench. Like, what the hell? And I believe it was because of, when it came to, crunch time and stuff, when they, wanted to play defense, they sat her down. The Sparks coach didn't really feel like Rickea is a good defender. But hey, hopefully she gets better at that. And she's already a natural, smooth, 3-level scorer. Rickea Jackson is a bucket getter, bruh. That is her style of play. She played like one of the homies, bruh. Her handle, the way she shoots, bro. She's smooth. Her game, she's a smooth 3-level scorer. She gets to the rim. She gets to the rim a lot. Rickea Jackson really likes to drive. She just doesn't really settle for jump shots. I like Rickea's game. She's a good player, man. And I feel like she can get much better, man. She's still developing. This is gonna be her third year, her junior year in the league. So we'll see. And I think Chicago's gonna be one of the most fun teams to watch this year. After trading Angel, they just they literally created a much better roster after trading Angel, which is fucked up. But hey, it is what it is. That shit is over now. And they picked up Skylar Diggins, one of the best point guards ever to play in the WNBA. Azurá Stevens, she's back on the team. She was on that championship team in 2021. True stretch big, mobile big. I love her game. I wish the Fever got her. But hey, is what it is. And they got DJ Carrington. Just a true defensive specialist, man. I like DJ Carrington's game. Her offense has come along much better as well. Her offense improves every single year. But yeah, her defense is really her style of play, her bread and butter. One of the best, arguably the best perimeter defender in the league. So Chicago's gonna be a really good team, but Rickea, man, is gonna be the deciding factor, and to see how successful they are. She's gonna have to be able to be that player to score the ball for them, man. Honestly, and the point guard situation is gonna be interesting because I know Courtney Vandersloot is gonna come back later on in the year, and Camila Cardoso, she just has to play more aggressive, dude. She's 6'7". She should be much better than what she is. I say this all the time. I went more into depth on them in the video I posted. So again, please check it out if you haven't yet. But yeah, we'll see. But other players who received votes, Julie Alleman. I remember when she was on the Sparks last year. She had a triple-double game. She's cold. She had a triple-double game last year. She's a good player. Cameron Brink. Oh, Cameron Brink health. That's another one. Who depends on how healthy she is. And shout out to Mick Talk Hoops. He did a video talking about Cameron Brink. And hey, Cameron Brink, if you want to come to Indiana, basketball country, come on, let's do it. I would love that. I would love that. But Cameron Brink, she's showing flashes of her game. Sometimes she does get in foul trouble a lot because it's like she always wants to get that block. So she go for a foul. She gets called for fouls. Trying to block shots. But yeah, she showed flashes of her being able to shoot the three. The defense and rim protection is there. Her being a legit 6'4". So when I look at her, sometimes I feel like she's 6'5". But yeah, it depends on her health, man. We really haven't seen the best of her because she barely played any games. She missed more games than she's played in her career so far. So, man, a healthy Cameron Brink will be good. Paige Becker received votes. Kennedy Berg received votes. I'm not mad at that. I feel like her coming to UConn, she would get more shot attempts. When Kennedy was on the Liberty, of course, her role was limited. She was just a catch and shoot ace. But I always thought Kennedy Burke was a much better player, bro. Like, she's showing flashes too when I was watching some Liberty games. I'm like, yo, this girl's really good. She can shoot the ball really well, efficiently. I like Kennedy Burke, but yeah, that's interesting that she received some votes for players who going to receive the most likely to have a breakout season. Veronica Burton got some votes as well. Ryan Howard, Marina Mayberry, Layla LeCon, and Jackie Young. Layla LeCon was so cold. She's so damn quick. She's tough. She's fast. Her IQ is smart. She makes really good passes. I like Layla LeCon, dude. She's cold. She's really cold. Veronica Burton, she's one of my favorite players to watch. Now, I went to one of her games live. Honestly, I saw her play in person, and it was the game when she dropped 30 points on the Mystics. She was a really, really good player, man. And I'm glad that expansion happened. She's able to come to this Valkyries team and just flourish, bro. I'm not surprised at all. I always saw Veronica Burton being like one of the best players and best guards in the WNBA. She was phenomenal, man. Ryan Howard, she's a streaky shooter. She just need to be much more efficient for them this year. Marina Mayberry, good player. People say she can have a breakout year. I guess her playing on this super new Toronto Tempo team. I feel like she's gonna get a lot of shot attempts. she's gonna be able to shoot the ball. She's just gonna be gunning them joints. She's gonna take a lot of shots this year. So hey, we'll see. Maybe she might have a super crazy breakout year. Layla LeCon, oh yeah, she's gonna play really great this year. We're gonna see her play some good basketball. Her name is gonna be out there more. More people are gonna know who she is for sure. And then Jackie Young, I don't know why she was even received votes. We already know she's one of the best players in the league, man. She a top 10 player, so I don't know why she was even in this. Last year it was Satu Sabli who received 20% of the votes. Yeah, but I'm definitely gonna speed through it now. So who is the best point guard in the WNBA? Chelsea Gray received number 1. She received majority of the votes. 73% of the GMs voted for Chelsea Gray as the best point guard in the WNBA. Incredible. I'm not mad at that. Y'all already know me. People gonna say niggas gonna say I'm biased, so it is what it is. I think it's Caitlin Clark. Honestly, I don't know what y'all niggas talking about, but I think it's CC22. Again, numbers show last year, and even back in 2024, when she's on the court, the offense that she generates from scoring the ball and getting assists, yo, she just generates the highest offensive net rating in WNBA history, bro. Come on now. And yes, because she's a high usage rate player, but all-time great players, even in the NBA, are high usage rate players. So I don't know why motherfuckers try to make that shit to be like a knock, but dude, come on now. We already know. But I'm not mad at this, man, because I feel like, again, when it comes to point guards, Caitlin Clark and Chelsea Gray are 1A, 1B. You feel me? And last year, in 2025, it was a tie between Caitlin Clark and Chelsea Gray. It was 50-50 when it came to the GM survey. So it's close, bro. It really is close. Third was Paige Buckers. Not mad at that at all. Best shooting guard in WNBA. Number 1 was Jackie Young. She received 27% of the GM votes. Not mad at that. I talked about that earlier. I feel like Jackie Young and Kelsey Mitchell are 1A, 1B when it comes to the 2-guard, off-guard, shooting guard, however you want to call it, position. I like calling them by the numbers. But yeah, when it comes to the 2, shooting guard position, it's Jackie Young and Kelsey Mitchell. So I'm not mad at that. Paige Beckers came in second place. I guess because, the league is now like the NBA, quote unquote. It's kind of like that positionalist basketball, that fucking bullshit. They say Paige is a combo guard. To me, she's more of a 2. I think Paige is more of a 2, honestly. I feel like she would be a much more, efficient player, an effective player if she was playing off the ball more, playing the 2-guard position. But yeah, she came in second place. But she's not really a true 2. She's really a combo guard. But I guess Kelsey Mitchell was third. She was tied third for the two guard position with Sabrina Ionescu and Alicia Gray. Kelsey Plum also received votes, and also Kayla McBride. Last year, it was Caitlin Clark at 33%. Again, it's kind of weird with this survey and how they and who they categorize as the shooting guard and as two guards in our league. Because, again, some of these players are just combo guards, for real, for real. I don't really see any true points. These players are really interchangeable. The only true two guard on this shooting guard list is really Kelsey Mitchell. Because Kelsey Mitchell is not a point guard at all. She don't have that playmaking ability. But if you watch Indiana Fever hoops, you will see she became a much better passer. It's almost as if Caitlin Clark's style of play was rubbing off. With Kelsey Mitchell. She made some really good, nice little flashy passes. I'm like, oh shit, Kelsey Mitchell got that in her bag. But yeah, I still feel like when it comes to true two guards on this list, it's really only Kelsey Mitchell and Alicia Gray and Kayla McBride. Kelsey Mitchell, Alicia Gray, and Kayla McBride are if you talk about the true definition of a two guard, is a player whose objective is to score mostly from the perimeter, threes, mid-range shots, and of course be able to have good ball handling ability enough to be a secondary playmaker. If the point guard is having issues and stuff, and be able to get to the rim as well. But yeah, the primary objective of a shooting guard is to shoot the ball. It's in the fucking name of the position. It's a shooting guard. And yeah, Kelsey Mitchell, Kayla McBride, and Alicia Gray are the true definitions of that. I feel like they're true twos. They are true two guards. But yeah, I'm not mad at the outcome of this. Again, I think it's either Jackie Young or Kelsey Mitchell. Yeah, I'm glad Kelsey Plum received some votes. She went off in that last preseason game. Whoo, she was cooking. Beautiful left hand jumper. I like Kelsey Plum game. I really do like Kelsey Plum, bruh. Shout out to her. Kayla McBride. Ooh, man. Hopefully she's healthy this year. She's able to play all the games, or if not most of them. Oh, she's amazing. She's incredible, man. A pure sharpshooter. I love her game. But yeah, let's get to the forwards. Who is the best forward in the WNBA? No surprise. Number one was Asia Wilson. She received 47% of the votes from the GMs. Tied in second place was Nafisa Collier and Breonna Stewart. Last year, Fee and Asia were both tied at first place with 33% of the votes. Not mad at this. This is perfect. Not mad at this at all. This is perfect. So, we already know. Who's the best center in the league? They put number one, Asia Wilson. Again, it's the positionalist era of basketball. Asia Wilson is a power forward / center. She's a big. So, she received 57% of the votes. Not mad at that. Jonquel Jones. Hey, I didn't even bring her up. Also one of the best stretch bigs in the league. You feel me? Arguably the best. I love her game. She's really smooth too. Got a good handle. Yeah. And honestly, she really bails them out a lot of games. Like when the Liberty have no offense, shots aren't falling, they really do go to Jonquel. So not mad at that at all. I'm not mad at that take. Aaliyah Boston came in third place with 14% of the votes, and Breonna Jones from the Atlanta Dream came in fourth place with 7% of the votes. Last year it was Asia Wilson. She received 50% votes from the GMs. This is a good list. Yeah, I'm not mad at that. This is solid. That is kind of solid. No argument there. Off season, which team made the best overall moves? Dallas, 47% of the votes. And then second was the Atlanta Dream, 33% of the votes. Also receiving votes were Chicago Sky, Las Vegas Aces, New York Liberty. Last year it was the Indiana Fever, 64% of the votes. I don't know why they had 64% of the votes last year. My nigga, we didn't even really make that much moves last year, and even fucking this year, we didn't make that much moves. So I was like, what the hell? I don't know what they were looking at, but yeah. I wonder, Dallas, I guess because they had the number one pick, that they were number one. For GM list, I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why. When it comes to the best offseason moves, honestly, to me, I think it was the Chicago Sky, New York Liberty, Aces will be in my top three. Yes. Indiana, we didn't do shit. We really didn't improve this team at all. You know, we drafted too many guards. I hope Jessica Passat stays on the team. I just feel like Indiana Fever is really small. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we need like another big. Like if a case like Aaliyah Boston, goes down or something like that happens, we're able to have like a backup for her, right? But yeah, man. That to me it was the Sky made the best moves. The Sky is up there, the New York Liberty and the Dream, and the Aces. I'm not sure why Dallas received number one for best overall moves in the offseason. That's wild. Which player acquisition made the biggest impact? Of course, as you can see, number one. Well, tied for number one is Angel Reese and Gabby Williams. And I'm glad Gabby Williams went to the Golden State Valkyries. I feel like her style of play is somebody that they needed. That true Swiss Army knife, small forward, shooting guard type of player. She's super versatile. She's a really good defender. And she's just a Swiss Army knife type of player. She does a little bit of everything really well. She's not exceptionally well at one thing or something exactly, but she does everything really well. She's a true Swiss Army knife player. You feel me? She's like a WNBA Andre Iguodala. So I you know what I'm saying? I like Gabby Williams' game. Third, as you can see, was Nneka Ogwumike. Fourth was Satu Sabali. Going to the Liberty. So, and also, as you can see, also receiving votes were Marina Mayberry for the Toronto Tempo, and then Sky Diggins for the Chicago Sky. Last year, it was Alyssa Thomas joining the Mercury. She received 50% of the votes, which makes sense, of course, because she's like an offensive engine type of player. So, not mad at that. Last year, I thought that was pretty accurate. But yeah, I'm not mad at this. This one's not that bad because the Atlanta Dream had a really great season, regular season, and just acquiring Angel Reese. I already talked about why she would be good for them. I did a whole video on it separately. I just talked about it in this video, so not mad at that. We got to this team will be great for Golden State, man. You got her, Veronica Burton, Kayla Thornton is coming back. Oh man, hey, they're one of my favorite teams to watch besides the Indiana Fever. It's really Golden State Valkyries. I watched a lot of Golden State Valkyries hoops last year. Again, I went to one of their games live. So, yeah, it's going to be dope to see them play. Her Gabby Williams play with this team, So, yeah, and that team has a lot of spacing. And when it comes to shooting a lot of threes, the Golden State Valkyries actually averaged the most attempts for three-pointers per game as a team overall last year. I believe it was somewhere like 28, 29, 30 three-point attempts. Crazy. They were just letting that thing fly. Yeah, so shout out to them. They're going to be a really fun team to watch. So the spacing that Gabby Williams is going to play with, oh, man. Golden State is another team that y'all got to watch out for. They are also probably contenders. For real. So, yeah, let's get to the other ones. Most underrated player acquisition. Number one. Two players tied for number one was Ariel Atkins and Alana Smith. Not mad at that. And I guess that's why Dallas received number one for best offseason moves, because they got AZ and Alana Smith. And I still don't think that's enough for them to receive the majority of the votes. But I digress on that. I'm not mad at this, honestly. I feel like getting Gabby Williams is truly an underrated player acquisition, because she's gonna make that Golden State team much better. As you can see, Brakia came in third place for the Chicago Sky. Also receiving votes was Pauline for the New York Liberty, Monique Billings for the Fever. That was a pretty good acquisition, but I feel like, man, Indiana would be a much better team if they were able to get Alana Smith, or if they were able to get a player like Cameron Brink. Monique Billings is a good rim runner. I feel like she'll be a good pick and roll partner with Caitlin Clark, but like in terms of like talent level, bro, if the Fever were able to get Alana Smith, or hopefully we can acquire Cameron Brink or something. Ooh, now we talking. Yeah, Kennedy Burke. Yeah, that was the underrated player acquisition. Nneka Ogwumike, Nyla Sabally, Erica Wheeler to the Sparks. Okay. Last year was Sylvie Cunningham, Eric Atkins, and Dejanay Carrington tied at 17. Tied with number one, 17% of the votes. Most surprising offseason move, number one, Satu Sabally to New York Liberty. I was surprised with that one because I thought she would want to play New York with her sister, but her sister leaves New York Liberty and now she goes there. I don't know. It's kind of random. But I'm not mad at that at all. I do think that was the most surprising offseason move because I thought Satu Sabally was going to resign with the Mercury, especially them going to all the way to the finals and stuff, and them kind of having like the same roster. You know, I know they lost Lexi Hell, but you know, you got Monique Okowa Makani. I like her. She's one of my favorite rookies last year. She's a really good, you know, smart player. She shoot really well. She plays hard. Yeah, and that system was really good for her style of play, especially Satu Sabally, like who I said likes to shoot the ball a lot. So I thought she was gonna stay with the Mercury, but who knows? Who knows? She left, and so that was the most surprising one. So I agree with this honestly. Tied for second place was Angel Reese and Alana Smith. Not mad at that. Also receiving votes was Bridget Carlton. Carrollton. I'm surprised that she left. Dang. I know the Lynx are going to miss her. Skylar Diggins going to the Sky. Rakia Jackson going to the Sky. Marina going to the Tempo. J.C. Sheldon to Chicago. And Brittany Sykes to Toronto. Yeah, last year was the one Bonner 33%. And she didn't even stay with us. I did a couple videos on that already, so I ain't even going to go into that. Which teams will be most improved in 2026? Dallas. Yeah, I'm not mad at this. Dallas will be much better. I'm honestly not mad at this. Dallas will be much better. They, as you can see, they finished number one with most of the votes, 67%. Number two was Chicago, 20%. And number three was the Los Angeles Sparks, 13%. Last year it was Indiana with 42% of the votes. I agree with this list, honestly. I agree with this list. I feel like Dallas is going to be a much better team by far. It's either Dallas or the Chicago Sky. So I'm not mad at that. I feel like the Chicago Sky are going to be much better. I feel like it's one of those two. I feel like they're like 1A, 1B, pretty much. So this is a good list. This was a good one. Rookie plus international. Who will win Rookie of the Year? Number one. Most GMs think Olivia Miles is going to win. I think so too. It's going to be interesting to see how, you know, she... It's going to be interesting to see who they put at the point. Because Courtney Williams is still there, right? So is Courtney Williams going to play off ball? Because Olivia Miles, her style of play, she needs the ball in her hand. She's like a true traditional period point guard. She showed ability to be a really good catch and shoot 3-point shooter. You know, she can have that in her bag. But where she excels is passing. She's a really good passer. Olivia Miles needs the ball in her hand. And I feel like Courtney Williams, she can move to the, you know, off guard position, play the two, let Olivia, you know, run the one. This can work, man. Honestly, this could work, man. So I'm not mad at that. I do see Olivia Miles winning Rookie of the Year as well. Olivia Miles or, honestly, her or Flage. I got them winning Rookie of the Year. So as you can see, second was AZ Fudd, and then third is Flage. Just looking at Seattle's roster, I feel like Flage is going to be able to get her shots off. She's going to be able to, you know, try to show the league that, yeah, like I'm here. I'm that tough player who can get you buckets. And she just plays with that grit. Man, like, she got that toughness in her, bro. And when you watch that preseason game that when she played the Golden State Valkyries, it was like she was trying to prove a point because we all know they traded her on Giraffe Night. The Golden State Valkyries could have had Flage Johnson on their team. Oh, man. I don't know what they were thinking. But, yeah. She went off against them in that preseason game. It was interesting to see. And I believe they play each other again for the first official game of the season, which is interesting, just like how they did the Fever and Dallas Wings. Yeah, so I think Flage and Olivia Miles got the best chance. You know, just looking at the roster situation, they're gonna be able to get the most playing time, be able to have the ball in their hand and show what they can do. So I feel like, yeah, that I agree with this. I'll put AZ Fudd third, honestly, and then fourth would probably be like Lauren Betts. All right. Which rookie will be the best player in 5 years? Number one was Iowa Fam, according to the GM, 67% of the votes. Not mad at that. Second was Olivia Miles. Iowa Fam, the hype around her is real. I think she's a great player. And I'm glad that she's in Seattle as well. She has a high chance of winning the Rookie of the Year too. Well, I feel like she might have like a slow start. You feel me? Because like who's gonna start, her or Malonga? Like they gotta figure that out. I don't even really know why they drafted Iowa, fam, honestly. So it's gonna be interesting to see how that works. So I feel like the playing time is gonna, be a factor of that, or maybe they might start both of them. Who knows? Because Ezzy McAvoy, she's still there. You feel me? So I'm like, what the hell are they doing with their bigs? The situation regarding their bigs. They have like 3 players that played the same style of play, kinda. But yeah, that's interesting to see how that's gonna go about throughout the rest of the year. So, but I can see that, honestly, within the next 5 years, I'm not mad at that. It's either her or Olivia Miles, so I agree. Last year was Malonga, 60% of the votes. Man, hey, Malonga got to do something this year, but I keep seeing this Malonga talk. Which rookie was the biggest steal at where she was selected in the draft? Nell Lagama and Taina Latson. We will see. Honestly, in terms of where they were at, I honestly like Cody McMahon. I feel like number 1 should be Cody McMahon. She was amazing. I wish the Sky were able to draft her when they had the chance to. I wanted to, not the Sky, excuse me, the Indiana Fever. I wanted the Indiana Fever to draft Cody McMahon when we had the chance to. I was like, dude, why the fuck y'all didn't grab Cody McMahon? She's like a tough. You see how she's built, bro? She's built like a ox. She's strong as hell. And the mid range is money. She can stop on a dime and just pull up and shoot that thing. She can shoot the 3-ball well. But man, her bread and butter is that downhill attacking the basket. Y'all girls are too small for me. I'm gonna lay this shit up. I'm gonna go all the way to the cup and lay it up. I'm gonna go all the way to the cup and lay it up. That's what she does. Bro, I don't know why the Fever did not fucking get this girl. I feel like she's number 1. She is the rookie with the biggest. That is the biggest steal where she was selected at in the draft. It is Connie McMahon. And the way the Washington Mystics roster is built, you got 6'7" Lauren Betts. You got Kiki Ariafen, who shows she's gonna be one of the best power forwards in the WNBA for a while, man. True double threat, man. She's amazing. You got Sonia Citron, who shooting efficiency and versatility is just incredible. Dude, that team is good. They drafted really well, bro. Shout out to the Washington Mystics, man. They're going to be another fun team to watch. And, I'm in the area, so I get to watch the games. So, I'm definitely hit up some Mystic games. Shout out to the Mystics. Justine Passat, I'm not mad at the Fever drafted her. Again, she brings something different. She's like a stretch big. She can shoot the 3-ball. She's a tall player. She can give that versatility. I don't see like any like true good defense from her. Just going back and looking her up, but she can shoot that thing. So, hey, you got a big that can space the floor, stretch the floor. Not mad at that. So that was a good pickup for the Fever. Our fam also received some of the votes. Last year, it was Aaliyah 9, Dominique Malonga, Michaela Timpson. Tied at 20%. Best international player, number 1 was Jonquel Jones. I believe she's from somewhere in the Caribbean. Not mad at that. Janelle Salon, also. She's from France. Janelle Salon, as you can see, finished 2nd place. Tied for 3rd is Alana Smith, who's Australian, and Dominique Malonga, who is French. Also receiving votes is Leonie Fibic, German lady who can shoot that thing, crazy efficient. Also Layla Lacan, who is from France as well. Y'all already know how I feel about her, man. She's cold. Our fam, who's from Spain, amazing player. Bro, she's gonna have an amazing career, man. I see the hype, honestly, but I just think it's gonna be a slow start because Seattle's gonna have to figure out what they have going on. Yeah. So the next one, which country outside the U.S. is producing the best NBA talent right now? France received 100% of the votes, and last year they received majority of the votes, 80% as well. This year they were number 1, 100%. There was no other countries in contention, bro. And kind of just like the NBA. The NBA has a lot of players coming out of France. France is bringing a lot of good basketball players to the world. They're producing a lot of great basketball talent. Wembanyama, Musa Dabati, the dude that played for the Charlotte Hornets. I like his game as well. He's a really good, tough, rebounding, putback pro type of center that they got for the Charlotte Hornets. Yeah, so many great players came from France. France is a really good basketball country. Tony Parker is from there, one of my favorite players in NBA history. Boris Diaw, I did a video on him. If you are not familiar with my channel, check it out. The Swiss Army knife player, but he's from France, so I'll call him the French Army knife. You know, he's a really great player, one of the best role players, criminally underrated. You feel me? But yeah, I'm not mad at that. France is producing a lot of good basketball players, and there's much more that I can't think about right now at the moment. But yeah, they are probably second. And y'all remember last year in the Olympics, it was France and the U.S. Well, not last year, 2024. It was France and the U.S. Facing each other for the gold in the men's game and in the women's game. So yeah, basketball in France is real. They got some ballers out there. So shout out to France, man. Shout out to all the croissants. You feel me? Shout out to France. All right, defense. Let's get to defense. Who's the best defensive player in the WNBA? Number one, A'ja Wilson. Not bad at that. Again, she is the team's defensive anchor. Yeah. Even when she's not getting blocks, just her rim protection, man, making the player change their shot trajectory because they're trying to, shoot a layup over her or, try to score in the paint over her. And they can't because, her rim protection, just affects that. And it's not always just getting blocks. You feel me? Shit doesn't always show up on the stat sheet. I'm not mad at that. Second place, Gabby Williams. She's a great defensive player. So I actually like that. Alyssa Thomas being third is crazy. I don't really see the good defense from her. She's a solid defender, but like being top 3 or 4 or 5, I don't see it. Also receiving votes, Dejanay Carrington. I feel like she should have won Defensive Player of the Year in the 2024 season. I think Dejanay Carrington is a really phenomenal defensive player. Lana Smith, she won co-defensive player of the year last year. I don't know why they did co. They kind of did A'ja dirty. They should have just given it to A'ja, man. Like, come on now. And last year, Fee received some votes. She's a good rim protector, and she's a solid perimeter defender as well. Same with A'ja Wilson. I know people always talk about her rim protection and her, her defense protecting the interior because she's a big, but A'ja's, she's tall. Although she's tall and like a big player, she's mobile enough to go out on the perimeter at times, bro. So not get it twisted, man. She's just not a stationary in the paint rim protector. She's that mobile big as well. You feel me? So I like A'ja, man. I think she's the best defensive player. I'm not mad at that. It's either her or Dejanay or Gabby Williams. That's my 3. I love Gabby Williams and Dejanay's defense, man. And again, I think Dejanay should have won the defense player of the year in 2024, bro. But yeah. Best interior defender. Number 1, A'ja Wilson. How do you even see that? So not mad at that. Over there. Number 2, Alana Smith. Tied for 3rd was Ezzy Magabor and Alyssa Thomas. I feel like Cameron Brink, when healthy, is going to be her conversation. She's going to be in that conversation in terms of best interior defender. She just has to learn how to stay out of foul trouble. She has to learn to know, like, you're always not going to get the block, my nigga. You feel me? Like, just getting there and like changing the trajectory of the shot, is like gonna affect them, and that's true rim protection, man. You always gotta get the block. So once you stay out of foul trouble, she gonna be in this conversation, man. But you can't be a good defender if you always getting a bunch of fouls. Honestly, bro, you're not a good defender if you get a bunch of fouls. So yeah, at least Thomas is tied 3rd, I guess. Man, I mean, there's so many other players that are much better interior defenders, but hey, it is what it is. Who's the best perimeter defender in the WNBA? Gabby Williams has received number 1, most of the votes, 60% of the votes. Number 2 is Brittany Sykes, 20% of the votes. Also receiving votes for Dejanay Carrington, Jordan Canada, Kalia Copper. Again, to me, when it comes to perimeter defenders, it's either Dejanay Carrington or Gabby. Brittany Sykes is up there as well. Jordan Canada too. If you begin the video, I mentioned her being one of the best perimeter defending players in the league. She's one of the best defensive point guards in the WNBA. She made multiple all defensive teams. Led the league in steals for a couple seasons before. Cleo Copper is a good defender as well, but man, I feel like it's Gabby Williams or Dejanay. Which team will be the best defensive team in the WNBA? Number 1 is Golden State. They receive the most votes, 50% of the votes. Number 2, Atlanta and Indiana and Minnesota tied for 3rd. Last year it was Minnesota at 73% of the votes. This is interesting. I feel like with the Aces, you got Jackie Young, who I feel like is a true two-way, and you got Asia Wilson, who's a defensive anchor. They should be in the conversation as well. I guess they're going off of that, defensive net rating stat where it's like opponents' points per game allowed, but that doesn't really show like the full game, man. Like that's what I said. Sometimes stats don't really tell the truth. They do provide context for sure, without a doubt. But sometimes you gotta watch the games to really know. And Golden State were a good defensive team, but this one is tricky, bro. This one is tricky. I think the Aces are up there. I'm glad Indiana's up there as well. Because when it comes to opponents' points per game allowed, they were up there in that stat category. So, but we will see. We will see, man. Honestly, we will see. All right, now when it comes to coaches, Cheryl Reeves was voted as the best coach. 2nd, Becky Hammond. Number 3, Natalie Nakaske. Last year it was Cheryl Reeves as well. She received 83% of the votes. Not mad at that. Cheryl Reeves has been in the league for years now. I'm not surprised that she's going to get this, the same result again at her coming out number 1. She's been in the league for years. She has the damn experience. She coached Myron Moore throughout all the, that championship run that they had. When they won, 2013, 15, 17. Yeah, she's a good coach. She's a good coach. Becky Hammond, great coach. And I liked her more when she was a player, man. She was kind of cool and fun to watch play. Yeah, multiple 3 championships in 4 years. Of course, she's gonna be up there. Natalie Nakaske, just taking a new team, a freaking inaugural team to have a pretty productive, respectable season was incredible. And they play that new school, that new modern era style of play, high volume threes. Everybody shoots threes, the versatility, bigs are even shooting threes and all that stuff. With Ileana Rupert, I love her game. Like big on Golden State, who can shoot the 3 ball. I love Ileana Rupert. But yeah, her style of play and her like the game that she likes, and just seeing how Golden State was like a new team. It was a freaking expansion team, and they had a pretty good year. A lot of people thought they were gonna have a bad year. I thought they were gonna have a decent year, but they exceeded my expectations. So I'm not mad at that for her to be 3rd. All right, which coach is the best manager / motivator of people? Becky Hammond. Of course, she's gonna receive the votes for number 1 because they won the championship. 3 people tied for 2nd place: Nate Tibbetts, Stephanie White, Natalie Nakaske. Sure, we've also got some votes, and Carl Smesco, Atlanta Dream coach. Last year, number 1 was Cheryl Reeves. Now, I know people are going to say that, especially, again, if you look at what happened to the Las Vegas Aces last year. They started out bad, and then they got blown out extremely badly. Extremely badly. I just made that shit up. They got blown out by the freaking Minnesota Lynx by like 30-plus points. I remember that game. That shit was crazy. And after that game, it's like something just clicked in them. They're like, yo, we got to stop playing around. We got to stop bullshitting. They locked in. They played much better. They went on a crazy winning streak. And then, look what happened. They won the championship. So, I guess, you can credit Becky Hammond to that. Nate Tibbetts, he's a great coach. He was an assistant coach for many years in the NBA. Again, his style of play, he emphasizes on the new era game of, the high-volume three-point shooting. Stephanie White, I feel like she should be number 1. Because when you look at Stephanie White, if you're a Fear fan, she's more than X's and O's. Like, she's like a true motivator, man. She's more than an X's and O coach. The way she talks to them, the way she builds, like, everybody's spirit, so damn passionate, bruh. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like when it comes to, like, best head coach who's, like, a motivator, I feel like it's probably Stephanie White, for real, bruh. If you're going to keep it a stack. So that's my opinion. Which head coach make the best in-game adjustments? Sure, Reeves received most votes. Second, Becky Hammond. Tied for third place is Natalie Nikoske and Nate Tibbetts. Not mad at that. Again, just due to her experience. She's been coaching for all these damn years, and she was on those championship teams when the Minnesota Lynx had Maya Moore, who's my baby. Oh my God, I love Maya Moore. Oh man, that was my dream girl. You know what I'm saying? I loved Maya Moore. Great player. You feel me? She's one of the best, arguably the best players of all time. And yeah, she was the coach for all those years, man. She got it. Sure, we've got experience, man. Sure, we've got experience. So, not mad at that. Which head coach runs the best offense? They said Sure Reeves. I don't agree. Honestly, I'll probably put anybody else. I agree with everybody else, but Sure Reeves. I think Sure Reeves would be like probably third. You feel me? I'll probably put Nate Tibbetts number one. Nate Tibbetts, Semesko, and I'll probably put Sure Reeves there, and then Nikoske. Stephanie White. Yeah. To me, her specialty is really like defense. She's a coach who really emphasizes on the defensive side of the ball. And the assistant coach, Brianne January, that's you can say like their defensive coordinator, if that's the title. But yeah, that team really just focuses on, specializes in defense. If anything, they need a true like new modern offensive oriented style of play type of coach. It'll be interesting to see. But yeah, which new or relocated head coach will make the biggest impact on his or her team? Sandy Brondello went to the Raptors. Toronto Temple, not Raptors, excuse me. After coaching the New York Liberty. I feel like, she coached the New York Liberty. They had like that style of play, which was, pretty modern. The new modern, everybody shoot threes, spacing type of shit. So, yeah, her coming to this new expansion team, she's definitely gonna, she definitely deserves this number one spot. Number two is the Dallas Wings' new coach. He looks much better than that guy last year. No disrespect. So yeah, not mad at this. Tied for third place was the Seattle coach and the New York Liberty new coach. It's gonna be interesting to see how the New York Liberty coach is, what he does for his team. It's gonna be interesting to see. Who's the best assistant coach? Number one was Minnesota's assistant coach Eric, and then tied for two is Christy Tolliver, former player, and also Brianne January for the Indiana Fever. They both tied for 18% of the votes. Also receiving votes is Lange for the Toronto Tempo, and then Randy Poole for the Atlanta Dream, and Monica Hodges for the Connecticut Sun. Not mad at that. I know Brianne January up there. I just mentioned her. As you can see, she's a really, man, she can damn near be a head coach, man. I feel like she can take a head coaching position somewhere, but she played for the Fever years ago. She was on that championship team when they won the chip in 2012 with Tamika Catchings. That was an amazing run. Hey, if y'all know, I've been watching the WNBA stuff for years, man. I'm a real fan, bro. But yeah, she was a truly defensive-minded point guard. All right, which active player will make the best coach someday? Number one was Chelsea Gray. I agree. She received most of the votes. Number one, Chelsea Gray. Number two, Vandersloot. I can see that. Of course, it's always going to be like a point guard. Because, they got to, make the plays and all that stuff. Also receiving votes was Lindsay Allen, Veronica Burton, Paige Beckers, and AT. Not mad at that. I like this list. This is an interesting question out of all of them. I think this one was the most coolest, interesting one. Which retired player who isn't coaching already should coach in the W? Sue Bird, yeah. One of the best pass-first point guards in the league. One of the best passers in WNBA history. A true playmaker. I loved her game. It was beautiful. Katie Smith, great playmaker as well. Candace Parker, Simone Augustus. Simone Augustus was an assistant coach as well. So, yeah, I could see her as a coach. I believe she's doing assistant coaching at LSU. I don't know if she's doing that still. But, yeah, I can see that. Also receiving votes was Lindsay Harding, Lisa Leslie, and Diana Taurasi. Hey, Lisa Leslie's one of the GOATs. She needs to be a coach. If not, she needs to be a player development coach. I heard she did an interview basically talking about how she applied for had a coaching position, and they denied it, which is crazy. I'm like, why would you not want a person who stepped on these hardwood floors and was one of the best players ever. Why would you not make that player coach? I don't get that. It's crazy. All right. So the other ones, which team would be the most fun to watch? Dallas Wings is number one. Stop. The most fun team to watch is gonna be the Golden State Valkyries. They play that modern, fast-paced up-tempo game. The Fever said they're gonna play up-tempo and fast this year. So if they're not bullshitting, then we'll see. But yeah, the Fever are gonna be up there. Atlanta Dream is gonna be fun to watch. Chicago Sky, Aces. That's the team that's gonna be fun to watch. Dallas Wings. Come on now. Like yeah. I don't know who did this, bro. Which GM voted for the Wings, man? Who did? Man, the Wings GM probably got the other GMs on a payroll or something. I feel like the most fun teams to watch again. The Indiana Fever, up-tempo, fun, beautiful ball. They said they're going to play that style of play this year, so we will see. They play that up-tempo, transition, fast-paced game, which Caitlin Clark excels in. Best transition player in the WNBA. Golden State Valkyries play fun ball. New York Liberty. Aces. Yeah, man, there are much other fun teams and even the Dream play fun, beautiful ball. There are much teams that have more fun ball than the Wings. Come on, man. Bro. Hey, I'm telling you, the Dallas Wings GM, he probably paid them other GMs, bro, because there's no way. Which team has the best home court advantage? Golden State came out number one with most of the votes. Number 2, Indiana. Number 3, New York. Last year, New York received most of the votes. I can see this. I can honestly see this, but honestly, if you're a Fever fan, you already know our slogan. Every game is a home game. We got a big-ass fan base all across the country, bro. No matter what state or city you're playing in. You feel me? We everywhere. Every game is a home game. Even if you having a home game, bro, you're going to look in the crowd. You're going to see Indiana Fever jerseys. You're going to see them wearing that navy blue jersey that they have, or my favorite one, the Rebel Red jersey that they got. Oh, I love that jersey. I might have to cop one of those. I might have to cop one of them joints. But yeah, I feel like the team with the best home court advantage is literally the Indiana Fever. It's either the Fever or the Golden State Valkyries. Because the Golden State Valkyries has a really strong fan base. And New York is up there too. That'll be my top 3. New York, Fever, Golden State, and Fever, Golden State, and the New York Liberty. Because the Golden State Valkyries fans, I think they call their home arena Valhalla or some shit. And they go all out. The arena is super purple. They have an African violet color. That's part of the team colors. It's African violet, black, and gold. Really beautiful, dope colors pattern, by the way. But yeah, the arena is super purple. Everybody's wearing that African violet purple shirt. And they're loud and passionate, man. And they even got Golden State Warriors players who go to the games sometimes, right? So yeah, they have a strong fan base as well. So I'll give them credit for that, because I remember when the Fever played them last year, I saw a bunch of just true home fans. Everybody's wearing the Golden State Valkyries purple shirt, that African violet color shirt, or a Golden State Valkyries jersey, or just Golden State Valkyries merch, right? So yeah. In New York, they got a big fan base too. Their fan base is loyal too. I love their colors. They got that, that sea foam green color. The fans are passionate. New York is one of the best basketball states. Fans are passionate out there. And Indiana, we got the best player arguably the best player in the league. I think we got the most fun, exciting player to watch in basketball, Caitlin Clark. Her style of play. You feel me? The transition game, the long-range shooting, the beautiful passes. Bro, her game is by far, aesthetically pleasing, the most aesthetically pleasing. And we already know, man, that we even got Kelsey Mitchell. Her game is aesthetically pleasing too. That fast pace. Oh, man. And for running, we do that transition game. It looks like we playing track and field out there. Fever are going to be dangerous, man. So, yeah, I feel like we got a big home court advantage. Indiana is basketball country. In 49 states, it's just basketball, but this is Indiana. This is the basketball's true home court. They love basketball out there in that state. All right, so let's finish this out. Which teams has the most promising young core? Dallas and Seattle is tied for number 1. I feel like it's Washington. I feel like Washington's mistakes again. You drafted Connie McMahon, Sonia Citron, Kiki Ariafin. You got Lauren Betts there. Bruh, that they know what they're doing. To me, it's Washington and Indiana. In terms of the best young core. Most athletic player, number one, Brittany Sykes. Then it was second place was Malonga, Cameron Brink, Copper, Gus Mitchell, Sny Rivers, Gabby Williams, Asia Wilson, and Jack Young. Also got votes, which is the best passer. Number one, Chelsea Gray. 93%. I'm not mad at that. But, yeah, it's Chelsea Gray or Caitlin Clark. I feel like when it comes to, like, making beautiful passes, man, the way Caitlin Clark does it is just beautiful. The full court dimes. Just leading to easy transition baskets, bro. You feel me? She turns a defensive rebound to just to an assist easily like that. Yeah, Chelsea Gray's up there too. So to me, it's 1A, 1B. Like I said earlier, they're the best 2 point guards. Which is the best leader? Asia Wilson. Not mad at that. Most versatile player in the W. Yeah, you can say it's Breanna Stewart. Gabby Williams is definitely up there. Again, I said she's like a Swiss Army knife player. AT. She's a triple-double threat. So I'm not mad at that. Which player has the best IQ? Chelsea Gray, Breanna Stewart. They finished, top 2. I'm just speeding through this, y'all. Which player would you want to take a shot with the game on the line? Hey, not mad at that. Chelsea Gray, Asia Wilson, her teammate. 2 teammates. And the third place is their core, Jackie Young. So I'm not mad at that, honestly. Because they did make a lot of clutch baskets last year. So we will see, man. We will see, though, with this year. Which 2 teams will lead their conference to the Commissioner Cup to reach the championship game? Honestly, I'm not mad at this. It's too early to predict that one, so I'm going to leave this be. Honestly, I can see why, of course, they said the Aces and the Liberty, or the Aces or the Dream when it comes to the East or Western Conference. But, yeah, also receiving votes was the Aces in Indiana, Phoenix in Atlanta, Dallas in New York, Sparks in New York. Which change to the league this year will require the biggest adjustment? Yeah, player development spots. Too many players are getting cut, and it's bullshit. But, yeah, that's my thoughts and opinions on this survey, man. It was pretty dope. That was quick, right? Nah, that was kind of long. I know this was it's probably the longest video I ever posted. But yeah, that is the biggest thing. Player development spots. They really need that. Some players need to get better. And again, I think they should take former WNBA players to develop these players, man. When it comes to expansion, CBA, World Cup break, yeah, those are important. But yeah, when it comes to this year, the big adjustment will be that player development spots, man. But yeah, this is just my thoughts and opinions on this survey. This was dope. I had to talk about it. This is going to be an interesting season, y'all. This is going to be an interesting season. I'm excited to see these teams and see what the outcome is going to be. The season starts on May 8th, this coming Friday. Oh, it's going to be a lit season. It's going to be a lit season. I want to see who's going to make the Commissioner's Cup. I want to see which team is going to go 500. Which team is going to struggle in the beginning. Which team is going to start out hot. Who's going to just start out hot out the gate, going on a crazy win streak. We will see, man. Who's going to be the biggest surprise, right? It's so interesting. WNBA Hoops is back. And, hey, let's lock in for this season, man. It's going to be a good one. And it's the 30th season in WNBA history. So shout out to the W, man. 30 years. That's beautiful. But, hey, like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned in to these next videos I'm going to post in the following weeks. All right? Till next time.